Greetings, seekers of cosmic wisdom, and welcome back to our sanctuary of celestial knowledge. Today, the cosmos sets a cunning trap for your ego. It is one of those rare, critical days where a single boastful word, a fleeting moment of vanity, could plunge you into a veritable swamp of trouble for weeks to come. But fear not, for I will give you the celestial map to navigate these treacherous waters and emerge with a wisdom far more valuable than gold. Stay with me as we unravel the secrets of this powerful day. Today is the 26th lunar day, a time of profound testing that falls under the influence of the third quarter moon. This is a phase of release, of letting go, but what we are asked to release today is heavy indeed. Compounding this energy, the moon resides in the proud, fiery and dramatic sign of Leo. This combination creates a potent and potentially explosive atmosphere. The main symbols for this day are the toad and the swamp. At first glance, they seem unpleasant, but they hold a deep, cautionary wisdom. The toad represents the hidden knowledge we can only find when we look past a warts and all exterior, while the swamp is a stark warning against the stagnant, life-draining energy of illusion and empty talk. The mystical essence of this day is a powerful lesson in humility. The energy is inherently deceptive, pulling us towards illusions of grandeur, self-importance, and the desire for applause, an impulse greatly amplified by the Leo moon. The toad, a creature of both water and earth, reminds us that true wisdom often lies hidden beneath an unprepossessing surface. It is a call to look beyond the shiny facade of our own ego and the empty compliments of others. The swamp is the energy we risk falling into if we fail this test. It is the murky water of gossip, envy, boasting, and wasted potential, a place where our vital life force is slowly but surely drained away. This day is connected to the heavy, restrictive energy of Saturn, which tests our discipline, and the foggy illusions of Neptune. Its element is stagnant water. To navigate these energies, align yourself with the calming colours of pure white and the wise yellow of golden light. But be wary of how gold can also symbolise false pride. Stones like yellow jade, which promotes tranquility and dispels negativity, and chrysoprase, which soothes the ego and opens the heart to truth, are your greatest allies today. The universe's message is clear. Deflate your ego before it is deflated for you. There is an ancient parable that perfectly captures the essence of this day. It tells of a prince so consumed by his own reflection that he demanded every surface in his kingdom be polished to a mirror shine. He spent his days admiring his perfect hair, his fine clothes, and his regal posture, while his people starved and his kingdom fell into disrepair. One day, an old sorceress, disguised as a beggar, came to him for aid. The prince, disgusted by her ragged appearance, scoffed and ordered her thrown out. "My perfect image must not be sullied by such ugliness," he declared. With a sad smile, the sorceress revealed her power. "You see only the surface," she whispered, "so the surface is what you shall become." She touched his forehead, and in a puff of green smoke, the handsome prince was transformed into a warty, green toad. He was cast out into the castle's swampy moat. For years he lived in the mud, humbled and horrified. He learned the true meaning of hunger, fear, and loneliness. He watched the cycles of life and death in the swamp, gaining a profound wisdom he never could from his mirrors. One day, a compassionate young maiden, a kitchen hand, saw him and, feeling pity rather than disgust, gently lifted him up. At her simple, honest touch, the spell was broken. He was a prince once more, but his eyes no longer held vanity, only a deep, quiet understanding. He had learned the toad's lesson, that true royalty lies not in a perfect reflection, but in a humble heart. Today, the universe sends us signs and omens, much like the sorceress in our story. Pay close attention. To see a toad or a frog is a direct message to check your pride and speak with humility. If you find yourself physically getting stuck in mud or a puddle, consider it a warning that you are being drawn into a stagnant, draining situation or relationship. Hearing others engage in excessive bragging or gossip is a clear signal to walk away immediately. Do not partake. Do not even listen. If someone gives you a compliment that feels insincere or overly flattering, recognize it as a test of your ego. Do not let it inflate you. Breaking a mirror today is a particularly potent sign that your self-image has become dangerously distorted and fragile. Finding a lost button is a quirky but important message to button your lip and practice silence. Finally, be wary of sudden arguments that seem to appear from nowhere. They are manifestations of clashing egos, a sign to retreat, not to fight. The dreams that visit us on this night are often a reflection of the day's deceptive energy. They are rarely prophetic and should not be trusted as guides for action. Instead, view them as a diagnostic tool for your psyche. If you dream of falling into a swamp or quicksand, it means your energy is being drained by negative people or your own self-doubt. To dream of wearing a crown, receiving an award, or being applauded by a crowd is a direct warning that your ego is dangerously inflated. Dreams of being naked or lost in public reflect a fear that your true, imperfect self will be exposed. Treat these dreams as messages from your subconscious, urging you to address these imbalances in your waking life. Those born on the 26th lunar day carry this complex energy within their soul's blueprint. They are old souls, gifted with a profound, almost uncomfortable wisdom from a young age. However, they are constantly tempted by the illusions of the material world and the siren song of vanity. Their life's great challenge is a continuous battle between their inner toad, their deep, authentic wisdom, and the swamp of worldly temptations, praise, and superficiality. When they learn to master their ego, they become incredible teachers, healers, and philosophers, capable of seeing the truth where others see only surfaces. But if they succumb to vanity, they can become cynical manipulators, using their sharp intellect to deceive and control. Their path is to learn that their true worth is not in the applause they receive, but in the quiet wisdom they share. Let's see how this energy affects the key spheres of our lives. In love and relationships, the risk of conflict is extremely high. The Leo moon's need for drama meets the 26th day's tendency for vanity, creating a perfect storm for arguments over who is right, who is more loved, or who is not getting enough attention. Avoid jealousy, one-upmanship, and dramatic declarations. Today is a day for quiet, sincere connection, not a theatrical performance of love. In your career and finances, this is a day to lay low. It is one of the worst possible times for launching new projects, entering negotiations, or making significant investments. The risk of deception is sky high, and your own judgment may be clouded by a desire to impress. Avoid all non-essential spending, especially on luxury goods or status symbols. These purchases will only bring emptiness and regret. For your health and beauty, recognize that your vital energy is at a low ebb. This is a day for rest, not for pushing your limits. Avoid strenuous workouts, which will only deplete your reserves. This is not a good day for beauty treatments or getting a haircut, as the results are likely to be disappointing and will only serve to feed the ego. Your skin is particularly vulnerable, so be gentle with it. Finally, in spiritual development, this is where the day truly shines. The challenging energy provides the perfect resistance for spiritual growth. It is an ideal day for practices of humility, for meditation on your shadow self, for silence, and for consciously shedding the layers of your false persona. So what must we do to harness this energy for our good? Here are 3 powerful practices for the 26th lunar day. First, take a vow of silence. The goal is to conserve your precious life force and avoid the traps of gossip, boasting, and idle chatter. You don't have to be a complete monk, but make a conscious decision to speak as little as possible for a significant part of the day. When you must speak, make your words intentional, truthful, and concise. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Hold this affirmation in your mind. My silence is my shield. My truth is my strength. Second, perform a symbolic swamp cleansing. This ritual will help you release stagnant energy and cut cords with those who drain you. You will need a bowl of water, a pinch of salt, and a black candle. Light the candle. Hold the bowl of water in your hands and add the salt. visualizing it acting like a spiritual magnet, pulling all negativity, envy, gossip and vanity from your energy field into the water. You may see the water as becoming dark and murky. When you feel the process is complete, say with conviction, "From the swamp of illusion, I reclaim my power. All that drains me is now neutralized and returned to the earth for transmutation." Carefully take the water outside and pour it directly onto the ground. Do not pour it down your sink. Third, practice meditation with chrysoprase. The goal is to quiet the ego and connect with your authentic self. If you have a piece of chrysoprase, hold it over your heart. If not, simply visualize its soft, vibrant green light. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and imagine this calming green energy filling your heart and your solar plexus, the seat of the ego. In this quiet space, gently ask yourself, what am I pretending to be? What is my authentic truth? Simply listen. Do not judge the answers. Just allow them to surface. In terms of diet, today is a day for simplicity. Fasting, if your health allows, is the best option. If not, stick to light foods like vegetable broths, steamed vegetables, and herbal teas like chamomile or mint to soothe the nervous system. Avoid meat, alcohol, sugar, and heavy processed foods entirely. Now for the most critical part of our forecast, the great prohibitions of this day. These are not mere suggestions. They are energetic guardrails to keep you from falling into the swamp. Heed them carefully. Under the category of social and emotional interactions. 1. Do not boast or brag about your accomplishments. This is a direct invitation for envy and the evil eye. 2. Do not engage in gossip or even listen to it. You will become an energy source for negativity. 3. Do not make promises you cannot keep. The energy of the day almost guarantees they will be broken, severely damaging your credibility. 4. Do not start arguments or try to clear the air in relationships. Egos are too fragile, and small misunderstandings will be blown into catastrophic conflicts. In finance and career. 5. Do not sign any important contracts or agreements. Deception and hidden clauses are almost a certainty. 6. Do not make large purchases, especially items meant to impress others. They will bring disappointment and financial strain. 7. Do not ask for a raise or pitch a bold new idea. Your ambition will be perceived as arrogance and you will likely be rejected. And finally, for your personal well-being. 8. Do not spend too much time looking in mirrors. It feeds vanity and distorts your self-perception. 9. Do not get a haircut. It is said that on this day, cutting your hair can weaken your connection to your guardian spirits. And 10. Do not, under any circumstances, begin a new endeavour. It will be bogged down from the start, forever stuck in the mud of its inception. Remember, the stars incline, but they do not compel. Use the challenging energy of this day not as a trap, but as a sacred mirror to see your true, authentic self, stripped of all pretense. Embrace humility as your shield and silence as your sword, and you will find the hidden gold within the toad, the profound wisdom that lies just beyond the ego. Until we meet again under the wise and watchful gaze of the moon, stay true to your path.